Hey guys, it's me, Shira, Psychic Medium, and I decided that I would go live today on this beautiful day right after the holidays because why not, right? I thought some of you guys may be around. You might have questions on anything about mediumship and signs and intuition, even the process during the holidays when everybody, might not be feeling as cheery as they'd like to because they've experienced loss of loved ones. So what I'm going to do right now real quickly is I'm just going to reload this and make sure I can share this real quick, make sure it pops up so that you guys can watch, and feel free to share amongst your friends, and I will answer your questions. If you can just tell me your questions that you have. I have a list of questions that you guys emailed me or private messaged me on things you wanted to know about in the next live update. So I'm going to answer those questions. I got a list here and we'll go through it. But if you have more questions, feel free to ask away, and I will be happy to answer your questions. Share away. So make sure you share away. Sorry, the multitasking in me takes a minute. Awesome. Okay. Hey, Elvira. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa. Any holiday of the light and love, I'm all for. So, to everyone who's there. Hey, Tina. Thanks so much for joining. Ask me with your questions. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to share this. And Shira Psychic Medium live answering your questions. Okay, they gotta make an easier way to integrate this, or at least teach me how to do this, because this takes a minute. So, all right, so let me post that and we're good. All right, so to answer your questions, there are a bunch of us watching. Hey, Sue, what's up, girl? So I thought I would answer a bunch of your questions on psychic mediumship, on intuition, on signs, on development, healing questions, energy work, you name it. Happy to help you guys. Feel free to share this with your friends. My name is Shira, and I am a psychic medium here in Long Island, and I have a great office, and happy to accommodate your needs with readings, healings, classes, etc. But let's talk about you. Some people in the last live footage wanted to know about how do you actually accept messages from spirit. So this is kind of like a full-based question on where you really go with this. So one, you can be getting signs and symbols everywhere and anywhere. So something could be on your mind and you pass a sign, a literal sign, and you go there, like going to my website at ShiraPsychicMedium. There is a sign. You can screenshot that if you need to, and you can definitely get information there. But if you want a literal sign, yeah, I'm with you. I hope it's a great year too. I think 2017 is going to be really promising, Lisa. So what I can tell you is that, hey Zaz, thanks for joining. What's up, babe? So when we talk about accepting messages from spirit, you really have to trust in what you're receiving. The hardest part of mediumship for almost anyone is the trust factor. Okay, once you get the T factor down, you can do it. Okay, the trust is everything. It's like relationship building. Do you trust your spouse? Well, I would hope you would. If not, I'm not sure why you're in your relationship, but that's on you. You guys work it out. But if you don't trust, how are you going to trust spirit? You have to learn to trust the big guy up there, and trust the friends and helpers and guides and angels and guardians that are all working with us to make your lives a little bit easier. We're not in this alone. You might as well, join up and help each other. So how do you see a message? Well, there's so many different ways. I'll give you an example. You can see from your third eye right here. You can see from your crown as well. You can also see information through feeling. Now that's kind of like an odd statement to make. It's almost like an oxymoron. How do you see through feeling? Well, it's a way you interpret information that may convert to visual stimulus. Hey Juan, thanks so much for joining. How's your mom? How's your brother? Now, when they start giving us information, imagery can come in. Some of you will see so brilliantly. The colors, you'll say to yourself, is this even possible? Am I seeing what I'm seeing? Then there are other ones that will see nothing but black. That's it. Nothing. Hey Jen, what's up? That does not mean you can't see. It just means that muscle needs to be worked, needs to be trained a bit more before you're getting beautiful imagery and colors. Oh, good to hear you're doing well. Now, when you start accepting messages, that's really the key. I mean, your loved ones give you so many messages in a day, over and over and over. I mean, think of what they're going through to bang it into our head. I'm like, oh, there's a little tough over here. It's a little thick-headed over here. Yeah, thanks for sending the love. You know I could be a little tough in there. But when they start giving you information, right, you have to be able to trust in what you're receiving. Hey, Angela, thanks so much for joining. You're so stubborn. Yeah, I hear you. You're trying to open up and listen. Listen, the first step in anything is trying. If you don't attempt, you'll never succeed. So bravo for giving it an A for an effort and really putting yourself out there and trying. The key is to keep trying, to keep practicing. That's what's really going to make you succeed in connecting with spirit. And of course, you can always take one of my classes, one of my 8-week segments. I mean, you'll be connected in no time. So now, when you start connecting to spirit, they are trying so hard. So some of you might have seen a message I had posted to one of my attendees that her son was leaving quarters to her. Well, you know what? As a thank you from spirit for me doing that for her, right? Finding her, somehow it got shared to her page and she found the information and thanked me, but really it was about her son, right? I've now been getting double quarters, 2 quarters all the time now since this occurred, in my car, in my daughter's potty, in my pocket, on the floor, 2 heads-up quarters. I mean, what's the chances of that? There really are no coincidences. Quarters were not my symbol from spirit prior. So I guess they upgraded me and gave me a little extra love. They gave me 2 quarters. So some other questions that you guys have. Hey, Ray! I'm so glad you joined. Mwah! Love you. Thanks for sending the hearts. Feel free to share this amongst your friends. Share the live feed and answering your questions about mediumship, psychic awareness, intuition, signs and symbols. You know, the holiday times, you know, we all like to think of it as all cheery, right? And it's an amazing time. But you know what? For some of us out there, hey, Chris, it's not the most favorable time. I hate to say it like that, but it's the truth. You know, love you too, Ray. It really is the truth because some of you are grieving. Some of you might think the holidays will never be the same. But the truth is that your loved ones are in fact always with you, especially during the holidays. This is when they're bridging themselves closer, really bringing themselves right there. And with that, you are in fact receiving their love. They just want you to know that they are in fact present and that they're with you. I mean, they are doing everything and anything to get it across to you that they're there. So for instance, it was the day after the holidays. It was not Christmas Eve, but it was the next day. So we did a family celebration when we just had a small bunch of us have some food together in the morning. So it was just my side of the family on this one. Spirit was trying to show they were present. So how do they make sure they show their presence? They kept making, hey Mauricio, they kept making the ice machine in the fridge, kept dispensing ice. Now the ice machine in the fridge has never had a problem dispensing ice, ever. Okay, but turns out at the exact moment we're all sitting down and invested in conversation, 3, 4, 5, 6 times the ice machine just decided to just magically dispense ice and splash it all over the floor so anybody else could see it. I mean, what's the chances of that, you know? So clearly that was spirit trying to get our attention. Now, one of the things also that spirit can do is they can use the lights. They are fantastic with electricity. So by all means, I definitely think you guys should pay attention to the energy around you. I mean, energy awareness is everything. So a question that came up in last week's or the week before that in there, one of the questions or comments that came through, because I love to know what you guys want to know, because how else can I explain or help you in your development unless you tell me what you're looking for? I mean, I could psychically tap in, but there are probably millions of you out there. Hey Sue, thanks for joining. So my question to you would be like, what do you guys want to learn about? What is it that you feel stuck on? What do you need help with in developing your connection to spirit? So that being the case, let's see what some people before had asked. They wanted to know specifically, when a dog barks, when the family happens to be together, could the dog be seeing spirit? Yes, 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 yes. Oh, and Pat wants to know, do you contact spirit or do they contact you? Both. It happens both ways. Sometimes I feel like I am the spirit whisperer, so to speak, when they start coming to me in advance. I'm like, what are you doing here? What do you want from me? But usually they have a plan. So when the power goes out for a second, I usually call PSE&G or light bulb. I'm just kidding, Juan. But when the power goes out for a second, it's not power related. It is not an outage in the area. Then I would definitely associate that with spirit. I mean, they're blinking, they're flashing, they're letting you know they're around you. I mean, otherwise, feel free to pick up the number for the electrical company and be like, what's going on? They'll probably laugh, and you know, we all know what's really going on. So does a dog barking indicate that somebody is present? Well, I mean, unless you have a really hyper dog, if the dog just all of a sudden stops and starts staring at the corner behind you, yeah, I would be paying attention. You have a friendly visitor that's trying to get your attention, that wants you, your family members, to know it's around. I mean, dogs' perception, their senses are so much more heightened than ours. I mean, think of those, the dog whistles, right? We can't hear it with our naked ear, but the dog can hear it 1, 2, 3, and they can get trained with it. So you don't think that dogs can see other things that maybe our eyes can't perceive all the time? Cats too. Definitely cats can do it as well. So if you're like my cat eyes, now if they are looking for that, right? If they're trying to get your attention, they're going to take any way to get that information across. So Sue asks, is that information, I don't know how to get rid of Oscar, but I mean, do what you need, Oscar. Now, if that happens with different people and they start giving us information about like lights blinking, dogs barking, and this is happening repeatedly, I would say to you, take a picture. Take a picture. You may capture it in your phone or your iPad and know that the information is real and accurate. Hey Brian, thanks so much for joining. So there's a couple of questions coming in. I just saw, how should you meditate daily? I mean, yes, that's a great idea. If you are a person that's probably got a crazy busy life, probably not that practical. So I'd say get it in at least once a week. The more the merrier, but don't become obsessive, because then at that point, it's not going to really behoove you, because the purpose really isn't about the receiving. In that point, it's more about getting it done. If you're always in a state of being and allowing, the meditation will flow naturally. How can you tell when a spirit is friendly or not so? Well, they're friendly. If they're not so, don't talk to it. Ignore it. Don't bring that ingredient into your kitchen. Okay, so thanks, Juan. Totally the real deal. Yep, that's me. So if you're starting to get information, I would encourage you to start writing down what you're getting. Hey, thanks, Karen, so much. I would encourage you to write down what you're receiving. Even the signs you're like, oh, that's a coincidence. Yeah, there are no coincidences. Zero coincidences, okay? Your loved ones are trying over and over and over to get information to you, to let them know that they are with you. So this Christmas time, I was just watching on Dr. Oz today, and he had some parents on there who had children that were murdered. I mean, it was gut-wrenching to watch. The feelings that those parents were experiencing, I'm sitting in my bedroom because I'm empathic and I can feel them. Even though it's a recorded episode, I started to cry watching them because I could feel their pain. And I'm sure many of you out there can feel others' pains as well. And you know when somebody's not having a good day. And thanks, Ray. And you know when they just need that support from you and their loved ones. So we have somebody who works over here. Her name is Ada, and she's amazing because she will just give somebody a compliment just because in her heart she knows it's the right thing to do, and in doing so she knows it's going to brighten their spirits and lift the day and maybe make somebody feel a little bit better, even if for just a few moments, because you never know what type of day somebody's having. They may have just experienced loss, they may be going through grief, they may be having relationship issues, There's so much that's going on in people's lives. The key is to truly have compassion for one another, even if you're having a really shitty day yourself. I mean, look, it happens to everyone, and you just have to kind of have compassion and understanding and know that life is truly a gift, and it's in the source's hands or in God's hands to be able to let you have your life and let you have the experience. So always have faith. Faith is the key, and know that we are truly, truly, my Vanna hands, blessed over there. We are definitely blessed. So Brenda says she was thinking of her grandfather and turned and she noticed 1111 on the stove. Yes. Does that mean he's with you? 100%. It also means you are waking up to spirit. It's your awakening code. When you start seeing 1111, hello world, you're starting to wake up. No more vagueness for you. Your transparency, your connection to the other side is increasing. So know that you are opening up in magnitude. You're not even going to realize all these instincts you're going to have, this knowingness. Why are you having this? Yes, they're around you. They're showing you they're around you, and they're helping you in your growth pattern to connect with them on a more steady basis. Hey, Nicole, thanks so much for joining. I love it when I have all the girls in town from all over the world. I love it. So, what other questions do you guys have about mediumship, about intuition, that you think you'd like to know that can help you in your day-to-day? I can tell you, somebody asked me, totally separate, but no, we'll go back. What, somebody was hearing that their name was being whispered to them. So, they looked around, and was anybody there? Not that they could see, but they heard it. So then they ask themselves, you know, are they schizophrenic, or are they actually hearing this information? The truth of the matter is that they're actually hearing the information. That is what we call objective clairaudience, and that's when you're hearing with your external ear. And as a result of that, when you're hearing with your external ear, you will be surprised by spirit. They're saying hello to you. I mean, what more can you expect from spirit to try to get your attention than shouting your name? Now, some of you are more sensitive to this type of vibration of energy, of them communicating through sound. Others will be more sensitive through touch. Others will be more sensitive through sight, through knowing, through taste or smell. So really, thanks girly. So really the key is to really pay attention to how you're receiving this. Okay, so Avira says, I know you've been told before, but my little munchkin was holding her ears and hitting her eyes. I think she is seeing spirit. I mean, definitely, I would say if it's not a doctor issue, I would see if she is hearing spirit. I mean, is she really seeing them? I'm not tapping in the moment, but if she starts talking to you about them or articulating what she's seeing, I mean, if it was my daughter, how I would handle this is I would say, what are you seeing? What'd you just see? What did it look like? What color was it? Did you hear anything? Was it good? Did it make you feel good? Did it make you feel bad? How was it? And I'd go down to her level and ask her inquisitive questions to try to get the information out of her so I could perceive whether or not she was actually psychically seeing, feeling, knowing, hearing, tasting, whatever. Hey, Maria. So I would definitely have to take that approach first. I mean, that's definitely how I would do it with your daughter. So just to reiterate, my name is Shira. I am a psychic medium. Here is my website. If you feel like finding out about my readings, group events, fundraisers, healings, classes, you know, you name it. So, okay. Now at the same time, sorry, I'm just getting messages in the same exact time as I'm doing this. That's my norm, isn't? So, okay. So Fran wants to say, my phone turned on to the flashlight app by itself twice. Is this a sign? My mom is skeptical, but I believe it was spirit. So, Fran, I would say to you this. If you know there's not a bug in your phone, and you know nobody is bugging your phone, right? And you know that your phone is not, you know, acting insensible, it's not being backwards, right? Then, oh, it's backwards, right? He says it's backwards. Then I'd say, yeah, there could be a chance of this, that your spirit is using this. Absolutely. And what I would say to you is the next time something like that occurs, what's the immediate thought, feeling that comes into your mind? Are you thinking of your Uncle Barry? Are you thinking of your Aunt Gloria? What are you feeling, knowing in that moment? So, you know, oh, she says, turn your sign around. That's so funny. My website was backwards. I don't know how to turn it around. Oh, all right. I got you. So now I have to do a mirror effect. Jesus Christ. Okay. So the technicalities of this are ridiculous. This is like too much to worry about. So if I take a compact and I give you my this, will this display right? ShiraPsychicMedium.com. How'd that work out? ShiraPsychicMedium.com. Did that perceive right, or was that backwards as well? You know where I'm coming from, right? Well, listen, I never said I was the most technically oriented person here, but I did say I can communicate with spirit. Oh, it worked? Look at that, improvising. That's the angelic angels working with me, just helping out. You just got to go with the flow. I love it. Golden, right? Awesome, Pat. Thank you. Thanks, Maria. So there you go, right? Thanks, guys, for letting me know it was backwards. Total team players there, right? Always looking out. So if your loved one has been reincarnated, Carolyn would like to know, will you still be able to receive messages from him or her? Absolutely. No, that's why I love you guys. Absolutely. The answer is yes. Yes, 100%. Because what happens is a portion of your soul still exists on the other side. So there are pieces of you in both places. There's a very technical expression to this, and I'd be happy to go into this in a book that I'll be writing. But in the meantime, I will let you know that yes, you can receive those messages, even if in fact you feel they have reincarnated. Hey, Jillian, thanks so much for joining. You guys feel free to share this on your pages. Share this as in your message boards or with friends who you might think would be interesting, because it's like the real deal about psychic mediumship and tapping into your abilities, what makes you so successful with connecting to your loved ones. So Tina Marie wants to know, let's see, if her father is okay. So I'm not doing any readings right now, Tina Marie, but I would tell you if they are on the other side, then they are in fact 100% okay, because spirit is always okay. They go right to the light. They are a part of the light. So let's see what Jazz has to say. Shira, after we made the connection between the external sign 1111 and the person or thing that pops into your mind, how can we take it a step further? Aha, that's a good question. Okay, so you know what you're feeling. You know what you're thinking about after you saw the 1111. So you saw 1, 1 twice. So here you go. You saw it on your clock. 1111. We got that there? Right? Now you thought of the person that just came into your mind and you thought, that's my dad. Okay, I got it on my dad. Okay, now I close my eyes and I just sit still for a minute. What is my dad trying to say? Don't think. Don't allow a thought to come to you. Just let it be. Now you listen and you feel for the information. And that's how you start to receive information. I mean, there's so much more that you learn when you take a class with me and you take a series of a workshop. I mean, you will be able to connect like easy peasy. But if you want to do it on your home and you can't connect with me yet, then I would tell you to definitely pay attention to what you're receiving by letting your mind get just like that. So for those of you that are interested, let's check out my handy CoverGirl, not too expensive makeup mirror here. You can email me. Let's try this. Let's see how we do. Classes at ShiraPsychicMedium.com. So classes at ShiraPsychicMedium.com. You can email me about the upcoming classes. So for those of you that are interested in learning, because you guys, I know, right? Love it. For you guys that want to learn, hey Michelle, and you want to connect your loved ones, what you would need to do is take a real sincere class, a real heavy duty, full in the trenches classes that get you going. So what you want to do is know that my classes are starting at the end of February, running through April. We're going to do an 8-week class, okay? Those of you who have taken it, you know how you came in with no experience and now you're like freaking a prophet. I mean, it's unbelievable how fantastic these ladies and men are, especially those who are skeptical. I have a student in my class who came in skeptical. Could he do this, right? He was amazing. His knowingness off the charts. So, and I would tell you all ages. You don't have to be young. You don't have to be old. You just be you and you get to learn. Right, Jillian? Yes, you totally rocked the charts. So Jillian the other day told me in a message that she felt guided to give a name about an unbirthed child to somebody she knew. And you know what? She put it in an envelope. She gave it to the person. The baby was born. They opened the name. boom, it was the name that they named their child, and Spirit had guided her to do that, and she learned that in my 8-week class. So kudos to Jillian. She's amazing, and I have to tell you, you can be amazing and more amazing than you already are by learning to connect with your loved ones. Hey Heidi, Happy New Year. Thanks Sue so much. You're amazing as well. So I feel like I am entrenched with so much love with you guys because you guys truly are amazing. Classes, no mirrors needed. I love that, Ray. So hysterical. Okay, so that answers the training questions. Somebody wants to know how they can communicate with their loved ones on a daily basis. Yep, Allison says, take the class, you won't regret it. Yeah, that's an understatement of a lifetime. She's phenomenal. So I'm not going to say I have any credit in it, but just a little bit of credit in her amazingness. I'm just going to, a little smidgen. She just is like lights up the room, and I love it. But I will tell you, not everybody comes in with this full knowingness of their light. They don't know how beautiful and radiant they are. And with a seminar with me, you're going to learn how incredible you truly are. So, you know, just be magnificent, why don't you? Now, people want to know, let's see, how can I communicate with my loved ones on a daily basis? Okay, we were going to go to that. So, talk to them. Step 1, communicate back. That's it. It's that simple. In your mind or out loud with your voice. That's it. Look at their picture. Give them a kiss. Hold the object from them. Hold the jewelry that was your loved one's. Whatever makes you happy. Put on their shirt. Snuggle with one of their pieces of clothing or a blanket of theirs. That's how you start communicating. Get the connection very strong. They're already there. They're looking for you to fill the void. Just step up. All you have to do is step up so that you can connect to them. Heidi says her husband keeps saying the same numbers. 111, 111, 222, and so on. Is this spirit trying to connect to him? That's a yes. I would definitely look at the angelic numbers associated with 111 and 222. Google it, you'll find angel numbers. Look at the messages behind numbers. They're everywhere. Pay attention to the numbers. They really do speak volumes. And that's truly the key on getting connected. Donna says she does that all the time and it works. It totally does. And that's why Donna is so fabulous. You pay attention to the messages you're getting, and the information that you receive will be so much more accurate. You'll be less reactive, more proactive. And that's truly the key. When you're reactive, you're reacting, and a lot of times you're not thinking. You're letting your brain take over. You're letting your gut of fear take over, but you're not letting your heart speak. So I would definitely say pay attention to those numbers. Need to go back and see this angel. If you haven't met her, you should. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I didn't even realize that. Okay, Linda says she would love to know if both her parents are okay. She lost both of them this year. I am so sorry, Linda, that you experienced that. Grieving is never easy. I would tell you personally that I'm sure they're with you. If you start having a conversation with them right now, I would pay attention to the way you feel. And when I say that, I mean pay attention to the energy around you. Notice if you feel somebody touching you, or touching here, or getting heat flashes, or chills racing through your body. Notice if you hear something drop that couldn't possibly have dropped because there's nobody else in the house with you. They are right there with you, and yes, they are always okay. So know that especially during this holiday time, you are more loved than ever. I hope that helps you. Oh, Jillian, you just got chills. Yeah, because Spirit literally had me say that. I love when they speak right through. So when I say things, know that I'm connecting with Spirit, and I truly, from my heart, want to give you their connection so that you can feel them. And Tony wants to know if her grandparents are still around you. Well, assuming that they're on the other side, because I'm not psychically tapping in at this moment, Tony, I would say to you, yes, same thing would go to you. Pay attention to your feelings. Heidi, you're so sweet. Thank you so much for sending blessings to Miss Linda. That is so great. You guys are amazing. This is why I love being around you. All of you that are heart-centered, love-oriented, you know who you are. You know you're the light. You know you bring the best in people. You know you have an ability to help people, whether it's professionally or just in the day-to-day when you're in line at the grocery store. Do what you can do. Make a difference. Oh, Dara, you like my hair? Okay, this is the hair because I was using a product and it killed my hair. So then I had to get a haircut. And this is the result of it being chopped all the way. So, oh, you like the class? Definitely take the class. Hey, Vicky, how's Texas? Oh, thank you, Trey. Oh my God, I feel like so loved all of a sudden. Thank you guys. I'm loving you guys. You're loving me. Linda, I'm so sorry. It's been a hard Christmas. Just know that you are the light here and they are the light there on the other side. And the two of you, when you think of each other, you merge your lights. It's just that simple. And you truly get to embody them. They get to be with you. Speak your heart out to them. Have conversations in your mind or out loud. Whatever you need to do. Ah, thanks, Vicky. I don't know if I would go that far, but you know, I did put lipstick on, so that's a plus. But I would tell you that your loved ones are, in fact, always with you. They're truly the key. They always are. Debbie wants to know how their parents are. Well, I would say to you, I'm not tapping in spirit-wise, but I would tell you if they are on the other side, of course, then they are still with you, knowing that you're missing them. The key now is for you to start stepping up and connecting with them more actively. Pay attention, okay? Because they're trying really hard to get through, and all you have to do is open your mind. For those of you that get, because I'm feeling it right now, for those of you that get headaches, right? I don't know, Sue. That's a question I leave to spirit. Hey, babe. So my husband just joined. He's resting up right now. Thanks for watching. Mwah. Now, if you start getting questions from spirit or feelings from spirit and you're not sure as you better behave. If you start getting questions or feelings from spirit and you're like, it doesn't feel right, then I would tell you to dismiss it. Or if it's in a situation where you're like, do I go left or do I go right? If you get a bad feeling about going one way, then go the other. Trust your instincts. That's key. Catherine says, you lost your son. Oh, I'm so sorry, Catherine. And he was a special needs child, but aren't they the most beautiful? Aren't they truly the most special? He was blind and nonverbal. How would he communicate with you? Well, the limitations imposed upon him here when he was in the physical world are no longer with him on the other side. He right now is a beacon of light. He has every single ability and then some, and he can use your mind, he can use touch, he can use feeling, he can use thoughts, he can use taste, he can make memories pop up into your mind when you weren't even thinking of them. He can make him pop up in your mind. You can hear his name all of a sudden when you're walking down an aisle and it has nothing to do with him, but you hear it. That's his way of communicating with you. Just know they no longer have limitations. Loved ones that experience any type of suffering, pain here physically in earth, in heaven, that just doesn't exist. They are just as free and as beautiful and as light-filled and heavenly as possible. I mean, truly, they just want you to heal, and that's the key. And for some reason, I feel guided to say to you, Catherine, in particular, that you would have done more for him than he even knew possible that you could do. And I feel like I need to thank you on his behalf. So just sending you blessings, and know that your children are always in fact with you, and they are right there inspiring you and guiding you and giving you that oomph and cheering you on to let you know that you can do this. This is an experience you signed up for. Be a part of it. Be in the moment. Move forward. That's what you can do. Linda, thanks so much for joining. A beautiful spirit you are. So let's see. What other questions do you guys have? Feel free to ask them, type them in. I'm happy to answer them. I'm going to have to get off here shortly because I'm going to have to meditate before readings. But I will tell you, let's keep going on your questions. Share this with your friends. If they have questions about spirit intuition, they probably want to know too and don't know how to find out information. Just share it. ShiraPsychicMedium.com. You want a reading? You want to learn? I mean, you can get all of it. So let's see here. When you get around to answering more questions, let's see, can you touch on the power of connecting from within and what that will mean for spirit communication in a more peaceful existence? I love your questions. How amazing are you? When I get the option to do that, I will definitely talk about that. That has to do with connecting with your higher self to emit a more peaceful, more vibrant frequency that you can emit to others. And in doing so, will have a domino effect and thus more peace in the world, because it's really about light and love. We're suppressing the other to increase the transparency in order to create a higher vibration where everybody feels better. And there's more good and peace and happiness and love in this world. So let's see. Thank you so much for sharing, Linda. Joanne says, does spirit usually stay in one part of the house like a hallway? My newborn always looks in that direction. Yeah, they can definitely do that. They may sense that it might be a little bit too much to go too close, right? The newborn might be a little taken back, or you might get frightened or might feel. So they might stay in one part of the house just because it's a little bit easier vantage place for them to be able to move back and forth without causing any type of paranoia. They're not there to scare you. They just want to let you know that they're there. Big heart to you, girl. Mwah. So, if someone is in a serious state of grieving, should they wait to get a reading? So that question, Allison, is twofold. If you have just lost someone, the first thing you want to do is connect. Anybody would, right? I know I would. I'm pretty sure anybody else out there wants to also. The thing is, sometimes, Allison, I'll see you later, sometimes when you're connecting, or at least you're attempting to connect, the pain of the loss is so intense. I mean, it just feels like you're totally encompassed by this loss, that it creates a wall. Not intentionally, that's certainly for sure. It creates a boundary. And in doing so, it's more challenging for a medium to be able to access your frequency to work with spirit. Doesn't mean spirit's not right there with you. It's just the grief takes a toll. So, should you get a reading? That's on you. You decide. But don't be disappointed if a medium can't connect in the beginning when somebody is lost, when they cross to the other side. The reason is because your vibration might be affecting the reading. If you're in a space where you expected the loss to occur, the transition to occur, and you're in a space where you don't feel like your grieving is as significant as maybe somebody where there was a sudden loss and they did not expect the loss, which tends to feel more shocking, although grief is grief, loss is loss, right? It all hurts just as much. You, in fact, might benefit more from a reading sooner. Now, there are some mediums that will tell you to wait a year. I'm not one of them. Nope, I definitely am not one of them. I will tell you why, because I've communicated with spirit the instant they've connected. But I have a knowing and an understanding and was able to temper my grief enough to say, connect with me, I'm here, I'm willing, let's go. That takes practice. That takes balance. That takes going inward and knowing thyself in order to be able to connect. Don't have frustrations if you feel like you can't connect immediately, or if you're not receiving the signs or symbols. You are in fact receiving them. You just might not be able to notice it because the pain, the sorrow, the grief is just overwhelming. So Abby wants to know about her career. Well, Abby, get a reading with me and I will be happy to go into this. This is more about signs and symbols and things like that. That's going to help you with your intuition. So, I love this cup. But other questions that people wanted to know, and feel free to write this, questions that you have in your life, that you have questions about in terms of connecting with spirit, or things about healing. Some people want to know how to cope with grief, especially during the holidays. How do you book my readings? Oh, Abby, you can go right to my website, ShiraPsychicMedium.com. Go to the readings tab and book it there. Or you can call, in the United States, 516-362-7440, and they will answer the questions and set you up. So, let's see here a second. How do you cope with grief, especially during the holidays? Listen, grief is tough for anybody. But I would tell you as a medium, and as a psychic medium, and somebody who has a master's in communications, I would tell you, have a conversation with them. That's the first step. You need to know and feel your loved ones around. And the second you start communicating or bringing that picture of your loved one to you, and you start having a conversation with them, even if you feel awkward doing so, it's normal. You'll feel their presence come in that much closer. So I would definitely start with that. I would journal your feelings and your thoughts. I would get yourself into a meditation circle. I would do a meditation online about connecting, which you can do at my website for free. Just go to ShiraPsychicMedium.com. A pop-up will appear. Type in your info and it'll take you right to the meditation that connects you with your loved ones. It's beautiful. I channeled it. It will help you to help other people. Hey Mike, thanks so much for joining. So, I love helping people. That's what I feel like I was born here to do. Now, When Spirit starts communicating for you, Diane says she's been told she's an earth angel, but I need to heal myself before getting my gifts. I'm just not sure how to do that. Well, Diane, whoever told you you need to heal yourself before getting your gifts, I wouldn't trust. That's just me. You can do both at the same time. You need to work on yourself through meditation, through connecting with Spirit, and by doing both collaboratively, coming together on both, your gifts will enhance, and yourself, your thyself of knowing of thyself, the balance, that will increase. And as a result, it's like a pie, it all comes together. Put the pieces together. That's all that happens. And that's why you want to do both at the same time. If you waited until you needed to completely heal yourself, you might transition. I might transition. Everybody might transition. I mean, we all got issues. So I would say work on yourself, be a work in progress, but don't diminish or minimize your gifts just because you're a work in progress. You know, we're blessed. It says it right there. We're blessed. Use your gifts. Oh, you like the pie analogy? Okay, so Linda says her sister isn't even getting out of bed since her mom died and is so depressed, and you don't know how to help her. Well, Linda, I would tell you, you could have people speak to her. You could get her to a line for support. There are support lines out there. I would also open the windows. I would also encourage her to think of her fondest memories of her mom and think of what her mom would feel about her. Seeing her like that, knowing that she would want her to move forward and to live her life like her mom would have loved, inspired by her mom, and to look at her pictures and write down her feelings, and then get into a great grief counseling group, and then have a session with a medium when she feels ready and called to. And that would be a beautiful way to help lift her spirit and bring her up. And then don't tell those who are into fitness this. If it was me, I'd probably eat a brownie. Probably wouldn't help my physique, but I probably would do it anyway. So I love to empower other people. Thanks, Ray. So I'm trying to see here, there's other questions that came through. I missed them because I can't see it for some reason here. If you guys can just resubmit the questions that I just missed. I know some of you guys had great questions. Thank you so much, Carmen. Thank you, Diane. Oh, Ivana, thank you. Ray, I love you. Feel free to ask the questions. I missed the last few ones, so sorry about that. But if you could repeat it, I'd be happy to help you. I'm going to be getting off shortly, so I just want to finish up on how you can get advice on developing your mediumship. I would tell you, share this video with your friends. That's step 1. 2, get into one of my mediumship development classes. They are starting at the end of this February. I'm going to get you psyched about it because those of you that are students that are watching this right now, you know how far you've came. You know you went from having no experience or very little experience or some experience, and now you're out there doing it professionally, or you're helping your loved ones around you. I know it works. My system works. Spirit gave it to me. I trust in Spirit. I'm going to teach you to trust in you and trust in Spirit, and as a result, the information flow from Spirit and your own psychic prowess will be exceptional, exceptional. So if you want that, all you have to do is go to my website, ShiraPsychicMedium, send me an email at classes@ShiraPsychicMedium. I will be posting details in the next few weeks, and get in. There are limited spaces, I will tell you that. I keep the classes small intentionally. So Teresa says she saw me a few years ago at the Bethany House fundraiser, and you said I was a healer. What is a healer? Well, that's a whole nother topic. I love it. So those of you that are healers out there, you know who you are. You may not know who you are. The hands, they are magic. You can help people through word. You can heal through words, absolutely, but you can also heal through your heart, through your eyes, through your brain, through your hands, through your body, through your energy fields. You can work with energy to help the person who is not as well as they'd like to be facilitate their own healing. You are not doing the healing. You are helping them facilitate their healing by being a vessel for energy, a vessel for spirit. For those of you that want to learn more about healing, I'll be happy to talk about that in future segments. I love everything about healing. I think it's fantastic. I think it does beautiful, beautiful things. I've done healings where women who've had expanders put in from breast cancer experience no pain afterwards after they've sat in the circles with me, simply from the energy healing. I've had people who've had limps walked in with canes. After the healing, a few days later, it all takes place. Doesn't have to be in the moment. It can take place over a few days, few weeks. No longer walking with canes. Spirit works with you. They want to help you. They want to have you have the best life possible. So learn healing. Be a part of it. Oh, thank you so much, Derek. Oh, so true. Development classes are awesome. They totally are. And Raylene, yeah, Shiratic healing. That's what I call my healing. Shiratic healing. It's a little of this, a little of that, a little of that, a little of that. Put it all together and voila, you get a beautiful result. Oh, Jillian, thank you so much. Yeah, Jillian was having problems with her hip and no surgery needed. That's, you know, that's the power of spirit and me getting to be the vessel for spirit and Jillian being open and allowing to accepting the healing energy. So it takes all of us to be part of this beautiful, beautiful connection. And as a result, healing takes place. So, you know, I don't say I do it. I just know that they're a part of it and they kind of just use me to get it to work. And Jillian has every part of it as well. She's a magnificent healer herself, her and her mom. So, Ray knows my healing. Yeah, you do. I'll never forget that. I never felt healing like that before. So, healing is fantastic. Oh, thanks, Cass. I didn't... You're here? I love you. Wow, thank you so much. Cass has been a part of this. Cass is fantastic herself. So, advice on developing mediumship: get in class, start paying attention to your signs and symbols, be choosy on who you choose to educate you. Always be choosy. The reason why I tell you to be choosy, you have to make sure you fit with that person, that you are an energetic match. You should never be fearful when connecting to spirit, and no teacher should ever make you feel fearful. If you are, check it. See if it's the right fit for you. You might want to go other places. So, let's see you go. Chris says she had a reading done not too long ago and her relatives were centered on the stomach area. I'm not sure how to interpret that. I would say, I don't know who did the reading. I don't know if it was me or if somebody was else. I would let time pass and see what happens, and I would see if anybody else brings up anything, especially if you go for an energy healing and they notice anything with the stomach. Did I see? I don't think I saw Linda's question, Raylene. So if you want to repost it for Linda, that would be awesome. Oh, Sue, thank you so much. Sue's on her spiritual journey, you know, and her life has changed. Yep. Oh, well, listen, I got to deliver the message. You took the, you know, the gusto and went with it. So, Leslie, she says her dad just passed away. A few of my friends would like to do a group session. Will you come to someone's home and if so, will each reading be individual or in a group? Oh, hey, Leslie, you're the one with Herbie. That's your dad. Well, we know he's on the other side because Herbie started connecting to me while I was giving a reading that evening before I went to pick up my daughter and didn't know that my mom, who had my daughter, was at your house. I'm so sorry for your loss, but I can tell you he was trying so hard to get through. And I mean, I was like, oh my God, who is this? 3 readings. I keep hearing Herbie, Herbie, Herbie. No, none of my sitters could take it. I go to pick up Eva. I'm like, where are you? Oh, I'm at the neighbors. There was a loss. Does the name Herbie sound familiar? Yes. So that was for you. Yes. Can I do a group? Yes, I can do a group. Will every single person get read? Can't guarantee. It's not up to me. It's totally up to spirit. Just call 516-362-7440 and they can walk you through the process of a group reading. They're fantastic. Hey, Stacy. Thanks so much for joining. Barbara, don't know how the new year would be for you. I would tell you if you keep it positive and you're optimistic, that's what you'll receive. Raylene says, I think this was a question from Linda. Her husband is having dreams about family members. She wanted to know if she was seeing them. Yes. Dreams are so incredible. You get visitations through dreams. Definitely pay attention to your dreams. I will tell you though, if your dreams are scary, I would think about what you ate the night before. Caffeine, chocolate, things like that. That can change the frequency in your mind when you're sleeping. Your stomach is working. It changes things. So it can change if your information that you're receiving is accurate or not. So, and it seems living well. I don't know what you're saying, Ray. I'm sorry. I missed that. Spirit is always okay. If you're dreaming about them, they're just connecting with you. They are part of your lives and they want to make sure that you know that they are well and they're looking out after you. So, any other questions you have, share this with your friends. Okay, we're going to do the mirror technique again. Here we go. Okay, let's see here. Okay, got to change this. Wait. Do-do-do. Okay, no, the other way. Really having trouble with this, guys. There we go. Okay. Instagram, if you want to catch me, go to @ShiraPsychicMedium on Instagram. So much fun. My pleasure. And then If you want to get information about mediumship development classes at ShiraPsychicMedium.com. Okay, if you want to find me on Twitter, well, let's turn this around again, because apparently it's backwards. I didn't learn that one. Spirit should have sent me a note on that. Twitter would be at ShiraMedium444. ShiraMedium444 for Twitter. And if you want to do the meditation to connect to your loved ones for free, I did this, guys, for you. So do it. Connect to your loved ones on the meditation at my website, ShiraPsychicMedium.com. That's ShiraPsychicMedium.com. Go to the meditation. It's there for you. Just type in your info. It'll bring you right to it. Plug in your earphones, listen, follow the healing, connect to your loved ones. Have an incredible holiday season. For those of you that have lost during the season, know that your loved ones have never been closer to you than they are, in fact, in this very moment. And I would tell you to embrace them, talk to them, know that they are, in fact, with you, helping you, guiding you to the answers that you need, putting the pieces together, knowing that their closure is coming and that you are, in fact, love, and it was never your fault, and you are always a part of their lives. And they, from the other side, see all of you, the good, the bad, the indifferent, what you're trying to do, and what you are able to do. And with that, I say to you, goodbye, lots of love. I will talk to you guys soon, wishing you the best, and have a great new year. Bye-bye.